came into our bedroom, into the bathroom, because that's where his wedding ring was and his necklace. And he came in and he grabbed that. And then he left. I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
So not only was this weird lady focused on merch sales after his memorial, but she was targeting potential donors inside of a church?
We know, according to the staff, she has been in the office every single day. The children who just lost their father, her 18-month-old son, and 3-something-year-old daughter, in essence, lose their mother.
We're involved in my husband's murder. None of us.
Never before seen footage from what people are calling Charlie and Erika Kirk's private wedding ceremony has suddenly leaked online, and rumors are flying that Charlie's own sister Mary was the one who released it. The second those clips hit the internet, social media completely exploded. People were not casually scrolling past it either. The footage instantly turned into a full-blown online investigation. Fans, internet detectives, behavioral analysts, and body language experts started breaking down every second of the video like it was evidence from a huge public trial. Every facial expression, every movement, every awkward pause got picked apart frame by frame. And according to the people studying the footage closely, what they believe they spotted was seriously unsettling. The biggest thing grabbing everyone's attention is Charlie Kirk himself. According to multiple analysts reviewing the clips independently, he did not come across like a thrilled groom celebrating the happiest day of his life. Instead, viewers say he looked tense, distracted, and visibly uncomfortable.
Well, I'd never met anyone quite like her. I remember I called Tyler and I said he's gonna have to find talent somewhere else. And whatever opening he thought she would fill, that was not going to work. And Tyler was trying to coach me down because he said that she was way out of my league. He's still right, by the way.
Some even claimed he appeared uncertain about the entire situation, almost like he was struggling internally while standing at the altar. That interpretation has now sparked a massive online debate that keeps getting louder by the hour. Of course, some people are pushing back and saying this could all just be simple wedding nerves. Big ceremonies make plenty of people anxious, especially with cameras rolling and a crowd watching every move. That explanation sounds reasonable to many viewers. But things started getting far more complicated once sources began insisting Charlie was showing signs that went way beyond ordinary nervousness. Sources are now claiming Charlie looked less like a man excited for marriage and more like someone feeling intense pressure behind the scenes. According to rumors spreading fast online, some insiders believe Erika allegedly pushed the relationship forward much harder than people realized publicly. That accusation has become one of the biggest talking points surrounding the leaked wedding footage, especially among viewers already questioning Charlie's behavior during the ceremony. People discussing the situation online keep saying there may have been a completely different story happening behind closed doors compared to the polished public image everyone saw before. And once critics started digging deeper into Erika Kirk's background and public persona, many began arguing that the relationship may have been far more complicated than it first appeared. Supporters disagree strongly, but the speculation has only grown louder as more clips and opinions continue flooding social media. Some viewers also focused on details from the wedding itself that they believe stood out in a surprising way. According to people close to the situation, Charlie allegedly was not fully comfortable with certain style choices during the ceremony, including Erika's makeup and parts of the wedding presentation. Others online pointed out that the bridal look seemed very different from the more traditional and conservative image Charlie was known for publicly supporting.
Erika Kirk was introduced to Charlie Kirk through Donald Trump. She had been procured for like Donald Trump's pageants. She won like Miss Arizona or something. She was literally a registered actress and starred in a reality TV show, a romance one at that. He met her on a trip to Israel. Charlie met her on one of these wall humping trips.
On their own, those details may seem small, but critics say they add to a bigger picture people are now debating nonstop. Another reason this conversation has picked up so much attention is because people keep analyzing the timeline and background of their relationship. Erika Kirk is older than Charlie by several years, and online discussions have heavily focused on that age gap. People have also pointed out her academic background, including degrees connected to Arizona State University and Liberty University, as they try to piece together a clearer image of who she was outside of the public spotlight. Reports say that at the time of Charlie Kirk's death, Erika was allegedly working toward a doctorate degree while already balancing several major responsibilities. Then, almost immediately after his passing, she stepped into the CEO role at Turning Point USA, a position that became one of the biggest talking points online because she had never publicly held that title before. Critics and supporters alike started connecting the dots fast, and suddenly people began revisiting everything Charlie had publicly preached for years. Charlie Kirk built much of his public image around strongly traditional conservative values when it came to marriage and family. He regularly argued that women should prioritize marriage and motherhood early in life, and often encouraged women to marry young. He also made controversial comments about college culture, once describing higher education for women as a path toward finding a husband, something he referred to as an MRS degree.
And one of her exes was very clear. He said to me, I was warned by another person in beauty pageant world that girl will do anything to get to the top, and her mother will do anything to help her get to the top.
Those statements became a huge part of his public brand and sparked debates for years. He frequently promoted the image of the traditional wife, describing a woman whose focus centered around family life, raising children, and supporting her husband's goals instead of building a separate public career. That is exactly why so many people online are now comparing those statements to Erika's own life story. Viewers keep pointing to her degrees, professional accomplishments, leadership role, and the fact that she became a mother later in life. To critics, that background looked very different from the lifestyle Charlie publicly praised for years. Because of that contrast, online discussions exploded with people arguing that Erika did not resemble Charlie's publicly described ideal partner at all. In fact, many viewers say she represented almost the complete opposite of the values he promoted in speeches and interviews. Yet despite those differences, she still became his wife, which has fueled non-stop speculation about what their relationship was really like away from cameras and public appearances. Before becoming publicly connected to Charlie Kirk, Erika had already built a busy and ambitious career for herself. She reportedly earned her real estate license and worked with the well-known Corcoran Group, one of the biggest names in luxury real estate. On top of that, she was heavily involved with charity organizations that gave her opportunities to travel internationally, putting her in high-profile circles alongside wealthy and influential people from around the world. Sources and online reports also claim Erika operated her own clothing brand, while maintaining professional connections with modeling agencies, including Next Model, a major company in the fashion industry. And that is where the story starts getting even more attention online. Back on November 23, 2011, Erika reportedly won the title of Miss Arizona, which later gave her the chance to compete in the 2012 Miss USA pageant on a national stage. Supporters say she was far more than a local pageant contestant doing small community events. She was reportedly appearing on television, participating in major fashion events, and building a public image that reached far beyond Arizona. Some reports even mention appearances connected to government-produced documentaries discussing serious national security concerns, including power grid risks and EMP-related threats. That detail especially sparked curiosity online because it added yet another unexpected layer to her background. Because of all that, critics online argue this was never the profile of someone quietly living in the background or simply waiting to become a traditional housewife.
I love submitting to Charlie because he's a phenomenal leader, and the way that he loves me, melts me to want to be able to help. How can I help you?
It was always a lie. She worked for TPUSA, she co-hosted sometimes with Charlie, and she even made content of her own. Once he died, she immediately took his role as the head of TPUSA.
People digging into the story also started focusing attention on Erika's mother, Lori Fransvey, whose professional history has created even more speculation. Reports claim Lori had long-standing ties to military contractors and business operations connected to major defense companies, including Raytheon, while also managing several LLCs of her own. That background has only added more intrigue to an already explosive online discussion. People who reportedly knew Erika and her family describe her mother, Lori, as a highly driven and career-focused woman who built her own professional path from the ground up. According to those accounts, Lori became one of Erika's biggest influences while she was growing up. Online discussions now keep pointing to that connection, arguing that Erika was raised around ambition, business, and independence from an early age. Critics say that kind of environment usually shapes someone to become confident, self-sufficient, and highly focused on personal success. That is exactly why many people online are questioning how Erika's background matched up with Charlie Kirk's very public messaging about relationships and traditional family roles. For years, Charlie openly promoted conservative views that praised more traditional lifestyles, often speaking critically about modern, career-first culture. Because of that, internet speculation exploded once reports surfaced, claiming Charlie allegedly proposed to Erika the very first day they ever met in person. According to the rumors spreading online, what started as a simple professional meeting or interview reportedly turned into something far more personal almost immediately. Sources claim Erika originally arrived to meet Charlie in a professional setting, but by the end of the meeting, the relationship dynamic had allegedly shifted in a shocking way. That story alone has become one of the most talked about parts of the entire situation. Then things became even more complicated once Tyler Bowyer's name started entering the conversation. According to reports and online speculation, Tyler had supposedly been speaking highly of Erika to Charlie for months before the two ever met face-to-face. People claim he consistently highlighted her accomplishments, background, and personality, gradually building a strong impression of her in Charlie's mind ahead of that first meeting. Some reports even allege Tyler used calculated psychological persuasion techniques to influence how Charlie viewed Erika before the relationship officially began. According to online reports, Tyler Bowyer allegedly presented Erika to Charlie in a very calculated way. Sources claim he framed her as someone way out of his league, turning the situation into a challenge instead of a simple introduction. And people discussing Charlie's personality online say that approach may have worked perfectly because of his competitive nature and strong public confidence. Critics argue that instead of seeing it as a warning sign, Charlie may have viewed it as something he needed to prove he could win. But the story gets even deeper once people start talking about what allegedly happened before Tyler ever became involved. According to rumors circulating online, some sources believe Erika and her mother, Lori, had already been trying for years to enter Charlie's social and professional orbit naturally. The claims suggest they were looking for opportunities to meet him in ways that would appear completely organic and unplanned, rather than arranged behind the scenes. Supporters reject those accusations completely, but the speculation has continued spreading fast across social media. One story in particular has now become a huge topic online because people are re-examining it through a totally different lens. Erika once publicly described a moment at an airport where she noticed a man standing in a ticket line who looked strangely familiar. According to her account, her mother encouraged her to walk over and introduce herself, but she decided not to approach him at the time. Then years later, she allegedly realized that man had actually been Charlie Kirk. Erika reportedly told the story like a romantic, almost moment, the kind of chance encounter that sounds destined to happen later in life. Fans originally viewed it as sweet and cinematic, almost like something straight out of a movie scene. But critics online now argue the story feels almost too perfect, too polished, and too dramatic to be pure coincidence. That shift in perception has only added more fuel to the growing wave of speculation surrounding their relationship and how it truly began. Now, people online are questioning whether that airport story was really as accidental as it first sounded. Critics have started asking if the encounter was truly random, or if it may have been one of those carefully arranged situations designed to look completely natural from the outside. That theory has exploded across social media, especially among people already convinced there was far more strategy involved in the relationship than the public originally realized. While Charlie Kirk was alive, many viewers say Erika presented herself in a very controlled and specific way publicly. She often appeared beside him wearing light makeup, softer hairstyles, and simple outfits that matched the polished, conservative image tied to Charlie's public brand. Online commentators frequently described it as the clean girl aesthetic, understated, composed, and traditionally feminine without drawing too much attention away from him during appearances and events. Supporters viewed that image as respectful and professional, but critics now claim it may have been more calculated than people understood at the time. They argue Erika seemed to fit almost perfectly into the exact type of public image Charlie openly praised for years. According to those online discussions, she appeared modest, calm, and carefully aligned with the conservative values associated with his platform and audience. But after Charlie's death, many observers say Erika's public image appeared to change very quickly. People online began pointing out heavier makeup, flashier jewelry, and bolder fashion choices during appearances that followed. Some critics even argued the styling felt dramatically different from the quieter image she maintained for years while standing beside Charlie. That sudden contrast sparked non-stop speculation, with people asking whether the earlier version of Erika reflected her true personality or whether it was a public-facing image maintained for a specific reason. The debate around that question has only continued getting louder. Sources claiming to have connections to Charlie's sister, Mary, are now spreading major allegations about what was happening behind the scenes of Charlie and Erika's relationship. According to those claims, Several people in Charlie's circle allegedly pressured him heavily when it came to marriage, with Erika's name repeatedly being mentioned in those discussions. The accusations have sparked intense debate online because of how aggressively some sources describe the situation. According to the rumors circulating, critics claim Erika was extremely determined to secure a long-term commitment from Charlie and was not interested in moving slowly. Some sources allege she pushed hard for the relationship to progress quickly, using every opportunity available to keep the momentum moving toward marriage. Supporters strongly reject those accusations, but the speculation has continued spreading rapidly across social media platforms and online forums. Reports tied to those claims suggest the alleged tactics included creating seemingly natural encounters, including the now famous airport story, while also using Tyler Bowyer's connection to help shape how Charlie viewed her romantically before they officially got together. Then, according to the allegations, once the relationship became serious, pressure allegedly increased for Charlie to move toward engagement and marriage at a faster pace than some believe he originally intended. One detail constantly brought up in online conversations is the age difference between Erika and Charlie. Erika is older by several years, and critics claim that factor allegedly became part of the urgency surrounding marriage discussions. Some sources even claim phrases similar to "I'm not getting any younger" were used as emotional pressure during the relationship. These remain allegations and online speculation, and people continue demanding stronger evidence and documentation before drawing conclusions. Still, the public reaction has already become incredibly intense, especially after commenters began dissecting Erika's own public statement about how nothing is by coincidence. One viral commenter responded to Erika's public statement about nothing being coincidence with a blunt accusation that instantly exploded across social media. The comment read, "Not coincidence. She was sent to be his handler." The message was short, direct, and quickly gained huge engagement from people who believed it lined up with their growing suspicions about the relationship. Thousands reacted, debated, and shared the comment as speculation around Charlie and Erika continued spiraling online. Another commenter posted an even more elaborate theory that spread rapidly across discussion threads. The user wrote, "So I got $5 that she met DT at an Epstein party, and she was planted to go after CK because DT understood the power he had, and DT needed an inside person. Once DT found out CK wanted the Epstein files opened from her, DT had to take him out. They'd only been married 4 years, and I guarantee they got married in less than 1 year of him knowing her." That post immediately triggered intense arguments online, with some users calling it outrageous speculation while others piled on with additional theories and interpretations. There is no verified evidence supporting those claims, but the reason the comments spread so fast is because they reflect the kind of questions many people online are openly discussing right now. The conversation has moved far beyond simple gossip and turned into massive public speculation fueled by viral clips, leaked footage, and non-stop internet analysis. Every new post seems to create another wave of reactions and debates. Then another harsh comment started making rounds online, aimed directly at Erika herself. One user wrote, "She has always been a self-absorbed, attention-seeking narcissistic from her pageant days to reality TV to chasing Charlie Kirk and pretending she didn't know who he was." That statement sparked another flood of arguments, with supporters defending Erika while critics claimed the comment reflected concerns they had held for years. The online divide around this story just keeps getting more intense. That comment struck a nerve online because it echoed what a growing number of people have been saying with increasing confidence across social media and discussion forums. For many critics, it is not just one rumor or one allegation driving the conversation. It is what they believe is a larger pattern forming when all the pieces are placed together. That is the part fueling non-stop speculation right now. People online keep pointing to what they see as major contradictions between Charlie's public messaging and Erika's background. Critics argue she represented many of the exact traits Charlie publicly claimed were not his preference in a partner. Then they connect that with allegations that she had allegedly been trying for years to cross paths with him, reports that mutual connections supposedly framed her as a challenge to attract his attention, and claims that the relationship moved toward marriage unusually fast. Add in the dramatic change in Erika's public image after Charlie's death, and internet theories have only intensified even more. The speculation became even more explosive once online discussions started tying in allegations surrounding a meeting said to have taken place the night before Charlie was reportedly shot. Some sources claim Erika was allegedly present alongside military-connected figures and a congressman during that gathering, though many details remain unverified. As these claims spread, online conversations shifted from relationship gossip into far more serious territory, with users building increasingly complicated theories around political influence, power circles, and hidden agendas. Another major reason the story keeps growing is because people online continue trying to connect Erika's background to broader conspiracy theories involving figures and networks Charlie was allegedly investigating. Names, organizations, and rumored connections repeatedly surface in these discussions, creating an atmosphere where speculation feeds even more speculation. One detail especially keeps resurfacing among commenters: claims that Charlie Kirk removed his wedding ring the night of the UVU event. For many online, that moment has become one of the biggest points of intrigue in the entire story. That single detail about the missing wedding ring sent the internet into complete overdrive. Online investigators immediately started combing through old photos, live stream clips, event footage, and screenshots trying to figure out exactly when the ring disappeared and whether it meant something bigger was happening behind the scenes. Some people dismissed it as meaningless, but others became convinced it was a major clue connected to everything now being alleged online. Social media users began building entire timelines around Charlie's final public appearances, comparing his behavior, body language, and interactions with people around him. According to commenters dissecting the footage, Charlie appeared more distant and tense in certain clips leading up to the controversy. Critics claim he looked distracted, exhausted, and emotionally weighed down, while supporters argued people were simply projecting theories onto ordinary moments. Still, the speculation refused to slow down. Then, another layer got added to the story when users noticed old interviews and speeches where Charlie spoke about trust, loyalty, and the pressure that comes with public life. Those clips started circulating everywhere, with people now interpreting his words through a completely different lens than they originally did. Some viewers even claimed certain comments sounded cryptic in hindsight, which only pushed the online theories even further into overdrive. At this point, the internet has split into two completely different camps. One side believes the entire situation is being wildly exaggerated by conspiracy-driven speculation and viral gossip. The other side insists there are too many strange details, contradictions, and unanswered questions for people to simply ignore. Every leaked clip, resurfaced interview, and insider claim seems to trigger another wave of debate, and the deeper people dig, the more intense the conversation becomes. Right now, one thing is clear. This story is no longer staying confined to small internet rumors. It has turned into a massive online obsession. One detail that continues fueling debate online is the claim that Charlie allegedly left that night without saying goodbye to Erika and without wearing his wedding ring. For many people following the story, that moment has become one of the most heavily discussed pieces of the entire controversy. Critics online keep asking the same question over and over. Was it completely meaningless? Or did Charlie intentionally make that choice for reasons the public still does not fully understand? Supporters argue people may be reading far too deeply into ordinary behavior, but the speculation has not slowed down at all. Right now, people across social media are still trying to sort fact from rumor as more claims, screenshots, clips, and personal accounts continue surfacing online. Some users believe new details keep raising legitimate questions, while others strongly caution against turning internet theories into confirmed truth without solid evidence. Every new discussion thread seems to uncover another angle, another timeline, or another interpretation that pushes the conversation even further. At the center of all this are the questions viewers keep debating nonstop. Erika's background, the rumors surrounding how the relationship developed, the public image changes after Charlie's death, and the stories shared by people claiming to have known those involved. Depending on who you ask, the situation either looks like a complicated personal relationship that became internet gossip, or something much larger that people believe deserves closer scrutiny. Either way, emotions around this story are running incredibly high. Now the conversation shifts to you. After hearing all the claims, theories, and public reactions surrounding this situation, what do you think really happened here? Do you believe the internet is connecting dots that are not actually there? Or do you think some of these details raise important questions worth discussing? Drop your thoughts and theories down in the comments because people are actively debating every piece of this story in real time. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone following the story, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next episode, because the next part dives even deeper into the timeline and the reactions surrounding it.